All right, what's up, investors and friends? This is your boy Paul in the private office here to make you money on the monthly. It's all about cash flow. Cash flow is king. It's the gold standard for property these days. You should not be investing for capital appreciation, although if you can get it, that's great. What you should be investing for today is cash flow. It's all about cash flow. So you should take your current developments and properties that you have, that you've invested in, and see how that cash flows. Now, how can we get a better cash flow than we are getting currently? Well, if we're going to get a better cash flow than we're getting currently, we've got to think big. And we need to be thinking at least 8 units, probably 10 or 12, or as many as we can physically get on this investment in Liverpool. But we've got to have minimum 8. Why do we need a minimum of 8? Well, everything's coming together. So all investors, we're all coming in together, okay, and we're going to be buying in bulk. So we're putting all the cash into a pot. It's not like one person's getting some money here, this person's got a void over there, that person's got bed bugs, and this person over here has got a tenant not paying the rent, because it doesn't matter anymore. You don't need to worry about the investment. You don't need to worry about the property. You don't need to worry about finding a solicitor. You don't need to worry about legal. You don't have to worry about mortgage. You don't have to find the full end of the money. You don't have to worry about your accountants. You don't have to worry about the tenant. You don't have to worry about the bed bugs. You don't have to worry about the broken furniture, the management, nothing. All you've got to worry about is getting your 6% each month, which is going to be coming in. And the reason why we get 8 is because if we happen to have a flat that's void, or we happen to have a flat that's got a tenant not paying the rent in, or we've got some costs we weren't expecting, then all of the money in together still provides 6%. And there'll still be quite a lot of extra left over. Now, I've looked at all the numbers, and it would seem to suggest that we're going to get an extra 2 to 2.5%, which will then be stacked to the end of the year. And then anything, so that money is then, it's like you put into a pot. So it's to handle things like the void and the tenant not paying their rent, and the costs we weren't expecting by way of maintenance and whatnot. And then whatever is left at the end is then split out across the investors. So 6% is minimum. I think we should realistically be able to get 8.5 to 9% on Parliament Square. But again, it's not about the single investment. We've got to be investing together. We invest together in this big, in this big development project. It's good news for everyone. And actually, it's just a new way to invest. You might not have all the cash for a deposit. You might not want the hassle. It doesn't matter anymore. All you've got to do is put the cash forward. I'm going to handle everything for you. You don't have to worry about it. We'll manage the tenants, the termites, the bed bugs, the furniture, the property management company. We handle all of that. All you've got to do is just get your cash in. And then every month, cash flow, cash flow, cash flow. All you're doing is you can collect that 6%, and then after 12 months, we'll have a look and see what's in the pot, and then we will make whatever's in the pot available to you, which again I have estimated to be at sort of the top end about 2.5%. If it's managed properly, we're going to be making some good money here, and we want to be looking to exit after 8 to 10 years, and that should give us 100% on our principal. So we've got you've got your, let's say you put 50 grand in. That means that in 8 to 10 years time, you're going to get your 50 grand out, plus the 50 grand in capital appreciation. And of course, you've had somewhere between 60 and 72% on your monthly. So look, we think that's a reasonable term. We think that's reasonable. We should be able to get that. Look, I've looked all around the country. I've been to a number of different cities. I've done some deals in smaller northeastern towns that have been all right, and some investors that and friends that I've got have taken up some of those investments, and they're great returns, but they're single property. What we want to be thinking about now is going big. We're going 8 to 10 on this one. Now we get this one closed, we can just keep buying. Yeah, when you see this one working, you go, hey man, this is working. This is good. I can see what's happening. I need to be investing more of my money into this. The more money that you're investing in, the more money you're getting on your cash flow on your monthly. And if you watch the video, you'll see that I'm talking about a station which actually, it was an underground station that was closed many years ago, that's being reopened in the next year. And I work around South East London, and you look at, say for instance, first of all, Lewisham. the Docklands Light Railway, when that terminated in Lewisham, the house prices went up 30% overnight, and then remained strong after that. You've got the Bakerloo line, which is coming down from Elephant Castle down the Old Kent Road to Lewisham. Already, although it's still, still in negotiation, so it's not pushing prices because people kind of want to get in ahead because they know what's going to happen with the price. And then, of course, you've got Crossrail down in Woolwich Arsenal. Now, if you have a look and see what's going on down there with Berkeley Homes, the prices down there are just like insane, absolutely insane, because they've got an underground tube station coming in right there. It's got absolutely turbo down there. No one's selling anything because the prices are going way up, and they just want to make sure they're going to get maximise their profit out of that. So there's some great returns here, and you've got to remember that also you're going to be getting around at least 3% plus base on rent increases per year. So we're looking at 3.75 per year in rent increase, which is above inflation anyway. So that's good, which means that if you've got cash in your account, you're just losing money. You're just losing that money when what you should be looking to do is to get your cash into something that's inflation busting, that beats the inflation, bricks and mortar all day, every day, and pays you an income each and every month. Building that cash flow for retirement or whatever, it doesn't matter. But once the cash flow's coming in, that's cash flow to 8 to 10 years. The single lets are fine, if you can find a decent one, and that's, if you don't sell your property, it's cash flow for life. If you do it as hands off, this is hands off. 8 to 10 years, you can have your money, or you're going to reinvest, and we'll keep investing. We'll keep investing and start to build that monthly. So it's looking really tidy. Now, I've got a passive income calculator, which can tell you how much you invest, will tell you how much your return is. Now, obviously, the more money you put in, the bigger your return. If you want to put £1,000 in, which is the minimum price on investment, which equals 1 share, that's not really going to return you much more than £60 a year. Well, it's £60 a year, better than poking the eye of a sharp stick. Now, let's have a look at £10,000, £600 a year. 100 grand, £6,000 a year. If you want to go more than 100 grand, be my guest. Put 200 grand in, 12 grand a year in return. And what have you done for that money? What have you done for it? You've done nothing. This is what the banks do. I mean, I want to make you guys rich. I can make you rich. You don't be giving it to the bank. Yeah. What are the banks doing? The banks are making themselves rich off of you. What I'm saying is you put the money in, we work this together, you get a better rate of return. 6% is insane anyway. Best you can get is like 2% on a fixed term. And then you've got to put your money in for like 2 to 3 years for 2%, which is still below inflation. So you're still losing money. So you've got to get your cash into something. The 3 rules of cash. Get it. Keep it. Multiply it. Those are your 3 rules of cash. So that's what we want to do. We want to get that cash off of you. We're going to keep it by putting it into a property investment and making it illiquid. And we are going to allow time to multiply that money for us. So look, that's it. I'm going to be calling you. I want you on board with me, and I want to be having a positive conversation about getting you in at least 10 grand, but we want to be talking to people that want 100 grand. The bigger investment you can make, the more money will return, and we're paying you 6% from exchange. Okay, and development doesn't even complete until Q4 next year. So it's not like you're putting your money in, then you've got to wait. No, we're going to start paying you 6% on exchange. Can't say fairer than that. This is the deal of the century. This is where we are doing business now. Liverpool, get on board. You can drop me an email. You can drop me a WhatsApp. You can drop me a text message or whatever. However you want to get in contact with me, get in contact with me. Right? I'm going to be. If you don't ring me, I'm ringing you anyway. All right. This is a deal. This is cash, and the more cash you can put in, the more money you're going to return. Right? I'm investing. You're investing. Let's invest together. Right? Which is what you want anyway. Right? And let's make some money. All right. This is your boy Paul in the private office, and I'm saying goodbye. Sayonara. See you later. We will be in touch. See you soon. All right.